Oi, oi, lads. Do you know what, chat? Fuck democracy. You guys wanted to play mono white. I'm playing Rakdos. Final decision. Final decision. I've been flip-flopping between mono white and Rakdos all week, but do you know what, man? CROKEYZ, let's go. Alright. Let's just make sure that we've got the perfect list. Ember, cleave. How many cleaves? Let's put all of our brains together, chat, to build the perfect Rakdos list. For me, it's an easy 4. But what do you guys think? It has to be 4, right? It can't not be 4. Impossible. It can either be 4 cleaves or 3 cleaves and a shadow spear. 3 cleaves and a shadow spear. Okay. I'm in. How many Aegons? Aegon's kind of a house. You miss Whisper Squad? Good times, man. How many footfall craters? 3 is what I had. But let's put 4 for now. Mire Triton. Bone Crusher. How many Heartless Act? It's gotta be 4, right? I mean, card's just good. Card's just good, right? Timeretto. Also a good card. There's already only 2 slots left in the deck. We've only got 4 escape cards, so do we want 2 Phoenix? Predator? But we don't have any sack cards, man. Are there no solid 1-drops? Same deck? Of course it's the same deck, dude. We're picking between 2 decks. We're choosing between mono white or Rakdos. So the fact that we just played mono white and now we're going to play Rakdos should not be a massive surprise to you. You should be more surprised if I built a deck that wasn't one of those 2. You can play Warstrider, yeah, but then if you play Warstrider, you've got to play like claims and village rights and stuff. It slows everything down so much, man. Like, we tried that deck, it wasn't fast enough to beat Sultai. But we tried the claim deck, man. It was not fast enough. We spent like 9 or 10 hours trying to make it good. We couldn't. Accept it, right? We gotta accept that. I could see going down to 3 Heartless Act. It is a pretty good card though. Robber? We never really tried Robber, but I don't know, man. Is Robber actually a good card? Is Robber even a good card? Robber's a debate? Is there no better mill than Triton? I think Mire Triton's pretty good, man. It's also a decent target for a cleave as well, with Death Touch. Alright, Phoenix. There's 1 slot remaining in the deck. Play an Ox. I don't know if there's, like, we actually eat the graveyard super fast, man. Because you've got to remember that we're escaping CROKEYZ basically every time that we can. We're playing Aegon as a creature a lot of the time, which is eating our graveyard. I tried Ox, I didn't really like it, man. A Valky. I'll try a Valky. 26 lands I think is what you want, yeah, because you have to hit your land drops, man. This is a deck that wants to get to 5 lands, right? Because you want to have 1 creator land and mana to escape CROKEYZ. To be fair, the Phoenix actually wasn't that good. The Phoenix is probably the weakest card in the deck, but you kind of have to play it. You have to, if you don't want to play Phoenix, it has to be an escape card instead, right? And Ox is the only other one. I don't want Ox. But I'm happy to cut the Phoenix, because the Phoenix was pretty weak. What other big dudes can creator buff? You can play like Scourge of the Skyclaves or whatever it's called, but sad we can't play it in this deck, but that's a good one for creator, but because of Mire Triton we gain life. I don't want Ox, guys. I ain't playing Ox. I'm not playing Ox. We need 2 cards. Stonecoil Serpent. It's a good card. Alright, dude. We're trying the Serpent. $10, $14, $18, $22. I'll sort those in a minute. Okay. So, Serpent is also can be a 1-drop, which is huge. Huge. Butcher's not in standard, man. No Butcher. Butcher would be really nice. Also a 0-drop, yep. Okay. So we have 61 cards. What are we cutting? Aegon? Aegon's got 2 sides, man. You want to play the first Aegon you draw, you want to be an artifact. The second, third, and fourth are a 3-mana 6/6 with Death Touch. Death Touch Cleave is insane. Trample is insane. Aegon is and we're not cutting an Aegon. Aegon, the 4 Aegon and 4 CROKEYZ and the Cleaves are the most, and the Craters are the most important part in the deck. I would cut a Bone Crusher before an Aegon in this deck. Should we cut a Heartless Act? Or a land? It can't be a land. We need 26. The Footfall Craters are just insane with all of our creatures. They're insane. The first one can go on a land or be cycled. The cycling fills your graveyard for your CROKEYZ. The Footfall Craters can also be converted into a token with timer it because it hits enchantments as well. So, I think it's Heartless Act, Snake, or Land. Snake, okay. Let's get a castle. Alright, sideboard. Duress. We're actually gonna need some... I'm gonna need some more escape cards in the sideboard for rogues. Ox or Phoenix. 2 off. If it's rogues, Ox, yeah. Alright, Duress. Vortex. Heartless Act. Crone War. Lantern. Lily. Has Lily been good? Have you guys liked Lily? We've been trying her as a 1-of, and she has been decent, man. She's really good against Sultai. Or the Vortex is just a scam. They really are kind of bad, aren't they? Yeah, probably 1 Ox is enough. 4 CROKEYZ, 1 Ox. That is tough for rogues to beat. A way to kill artifacts. So what can we play? Shredded Sails, Shield Breaker. Do we need a Feed the Swarm in standard? Not really, right? I guess Shredded Sails is good because cycling can fill our graveyard, right? Maybe our deck just doesn't even want a Crone War, by the way. Like, we actually can't sack the card that we steal, which is a bit awkward. Was a Crone War steal that Claim doesn't? Like Gargaroths and stuff, right? Because the thing is, like, what are we cutting against Sultai, man? It's just the Bone Crushers and like maybe one Heartless Act. So we actually don't have space for these Roiling Vortexes. We have the 4 Duress and the Lily. So I think Vortex is actually a waste of slots. I guess we cut the Shadow Spear as well. So we can play like second Lily or first Vortex. 4 Bone Daddy, 1 Heartless Act, 1 Shadow Spear for 4 Duress. 2 Lily, I guess. I do like Lily, man. I think she is good. That probably gives us another red cap, which is pretty nice. Sleeping on Tergrid? I mean, it doesn't do anything, does it? Alright chat, 2 sideboard cards. What do we need help against here? Rogues are a great matchup. Sultai? No, we're fine against Sultai, man. Mono red. Mono red does go under us a little bit, like, because we're playing a very similar deck to Gruul, right? So mono red can get under us. If we can get a CROKEYZ or an Aggro in play, the creatures are too big for mono red to deal with, but they can get under us a little bit maybe. So what would we want against mono red? I mean, we can just play red cap melee, dude. No, what's wrong with that? Red cap melee is a good card. I'm happy to play 3 red cap. I think red cap is gas. With all the mono red and all the dragons, we're chilling. Kervik? I mean, fine guys. I'll try the Kervik. Is it a 1 of or a 2 of? 1? All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, fine. I looked at Quakebringer earlier, man. It's interesting. CROKEYZ is a giant, Bone Daddy's a giant. I think if we had 1 more giant, I would play Quakebringer. But it's cool. Island and chill. Kervik has the 4 mana problem versus Apparition. Yeah, but I mean, Kervik is basically an end to the battlefield effect, right? Hopefully your Kervik's removed 1 or 2 creatures on when you cast it. Island and chill played on mountain. The mirror? Guys, why is everyone playing CROKEYZ? What happened? Nobody was playing this deck, man. Nobody played this deck. Bullshit. I don't even think I can waste my Bone Crusher, man. That's a yikes. They're gonna have Mire Tritons, right? Alright, no other CROKEYZ in your hand, mate. 1 time. This is why we play 26 lands, dude. You need that 4th land drop, and you love a 5th land drop for the creators. Castle Gamer, respect it, respect it. Game is over, man. We lost. The game is over. I don't think main deck of Crow and War is good, man. It has to be too slow. We need this Mire Triton to block CROKEYZ. You haven't seen PV's newest video? What did he say? A Crow and War is bad? It's good if you aren't playing Rakdos as an aggro deck, but dude, your deck has to be an aggro deck. Because of Sultai, there's Sultai and then there is aggro decks, right? You don't have an option. You have to play it as an aggro deck. So that's why it's bad, right? Of course, a Crow in War is a great card, but you cannot play slow cards in this meta. You have to be able to erase the Sultai deck, man. Extinction Event could be a decent, like, 2-of in the sideboard, yeah, but I'm not convinced about that completely. Dude, are we just gonna be playing CROKEYZ emitters? Fuck, man. Like, opponent's version of this deck just doesn't stand a chance against Sultai. They're basically playing exactly the same as the very first version of this deck that I tried. It's like, just exactly the same cards. And I went like 0-8 against Sultai. It was legit like 0-8 or something. You cannot beat the deck. You have to play faster with cleaves and turbo mill. These Mire Tritons are pretty good against the CROKEYZ daddies though, huh? Constant CROKEYZs, man. It's a good card. That is a good card. Alright, I would appreciate it if you don't top deck a Claim or a Bone Crusher. Or another CROKEYZ. Oh shit. No. No, 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 no. Not like this. Dude, that was a risky... That was a risky castle. Alright. Mirror, huh? Well, I've got 2 lanterns. Could be worse. Mirror, but they have claims. That is a yikes. Okay. Snake, very bad against claim. Good lord. Honestly, Bone Crusher seems kind of terrible in this matchup, no? Mire Triton's pretty much your only good hit. Snake blocks CROKEYZ. It does block CROKEYZ, but I mean, fuck me, it's so bad against claim. I guess they're going to be using their claims on my CROKEYZ anyway, huh? Fine. Ox is probably good here. What about Lily? Lily's kind of awkward. So, Red Cap is kind of fine if they keep their Bone Crushers in, but I don't think they will. This looks fine. Yeah, I think we're making 1/1 snakes, man. Shade is better than Serpent with all the self-mill. I don't know, dude. Shade is actually an unplayable card against every deck except Sultai. Like, you can't play a Shade. If you cast a Shade on turn 2 against Mono Red, I mean, the game is over, right? You've lost. You cannot cast a card that that can't block, man. It's okay against rogues, but we don't need any help against rogues. We've got 4 CROKEYZ on the main deck. We need no help against rogues whatsoever. What the hell is rogues gonna do against a bunch of CROKEYZs? Okay, Arena. They don't have a Stomp? Alright, gas. Shade could be a sideboard card maybe, but again, I just don't think we need it, man. Is Shade really better to bring in against Sultai than Duress and Lily? I don't know if I believe that, man. I do not know if I believe that. Shade's not that good? I don't think so either, man. Do I get to respond with Lantern after this timer activation before they would get to escape a CROKEYZ? No. That is a bit spicy, isn't it? That is a little bit spicy. Does that mean I have to crack it? I don't think so. Sounds like a scam. Oh, I can do it now, huh? They had to do the first one. And getting rid of a Woe Strider seems fine. Okay. Never mind. Did I can make a snake and crater, I can cleave, I can CROKEYZ. I mean, I've got to play my CROKEYZ, dude. I gotta play my CROKEYZ. If I had another land in hand, and I could play the Snake Crater this turn and haste the CROKEYZ next turn, sure. But... Relic would be so good here. What? Why would... Relic would exile my own graveyard, man? How is that good? That's terrible. Those claims are just brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. Is Predator a card? It's good when you're playing claims and things like that, right? Of course, but... That card might win them this game, but it's going to lose them the match against Sultai every time. I have tried that version, guys. I've tried it. It is... You simply cannot play it. No Bone Crusher. It's almost the same damage to equip the Triton here anyway, because only 1 damage has to go into the token because of the Death Touch. So you actually only lose 1 damage and you get to keep the Triton alive. I think they're dead. These snakes are kind of gas. Opponent can't believe it, huh? Opponent is baffled. Aye, broadband. Doesn't die to binding, true. Trample, true. Can be cast for 0 to feed the graveyard sometimes. I think the snake might be just the nuts, huh? Gets past Polychronos, yeah, which is huge, considering we don't really have a way to remove a Polychronos. No gem razors to mutate onto it, sadly, but... Are they playing a mono black version of that Bastion deck? I mean, I guess they could be. Nope. I think I want to cast CROKEYZ there, because this is 4 cards in the graveyard, throwing mills to 5, so we can actually escape CROKEYZ next turn with a Fable Passage draw. If not, then I'll just play Triton, set up the crater. Hopefully we draw a land. If not a passage. I probably should put that on a black source there. We have more black sources than red, right? This does look like a reasonable Kervik matchup, yeah. Yup. To be fair, that is something that I wouldn't do if I hadn't already been streaming for 8.5 hours. I would definitely play it on the black, but what can I say? I'm a Pepega. You have exactly even lands, red. No, I've got 2 more black than red, right? Do I not? I mean, the haste train is coming now, though. The haste trample train is coming. Fitfall is just absurd in this deck, guys. Like, I think it has to be a 4 of, man. Straight up must be a 4 of. Especially because you can, well, really only because you can psycho the other copies of it, right? If that wasn't the case, then obviously it's a bit different. Which creature should I sacrifice? Should I sacrifice my eye twitch or my rankle? Let me consider my options for a moment. No broadband. Yeah, I mean, I guess I have to play that as a land, man. I actually need that third red source for Escape CROKEYZ and Haste. Claim? Don't think we're in too much of a position to play around claim anymore. Creator's so good, man, it's busted, I'm telling you. It's busted. You gotta trust me. Card is broke. Especially, well, I mean, you kind of have to play it in a deck with big creatures, and this one does that pretty well. I just realised I should have attacked all, yeah. Fuck me. Alright, we go to 2. We go to 2 and then they're, I believe, very dead. I'm a bit tired now, guys, but... Dude, these snakes are so good, man. God damn. Actually, we go to 1, right? We go to 1. Monk-ass, man. Snake wins again. That's a 7-7 trampoline haster. From nowhere. Alright, chat. It's time for Daddy Kiervik. Let's give him a go. Footfall Creator is actually not even an Eldraine card. This deck doesn't have too many Eldraine cards in it. Only 13. Not too bad. So removal is kind of pretty bad against them because of their village rights, but you still got to get rid of these like rankles and whatever. I'm gonna actually cut some removal, even though you'd think I'd want to add some. Maybe we just straight up cut all the Bone Daddies too. I guess the Heartless Axe are actually better than the Bone Crushers. Significantly. Let's play the Heartless Axe and not the Bone Crushers. Cut Creator? No. Creator is uncuttable card, man. Give your creatures haste, cycle, redraw, fill your graveyard. It's OP. And this is why we play 26 lands in this deck, because you want 5 lands, right? You want 1 for your Creator, 4 for your CROKEYZ. I don't think you can go below 26. You could probably play 27 lands in this deck. And you can eat it with timer, right? Yep. Eldraine's got more banned cards and Strixhaven as playable. Factually and upsettingly correct. This has to be the worst chat on Twitch. Well, it's definitely one of the worst chats on Twitch, for sure. Classic Twitch. Twitch.tv/CROKEYZ. You can catch me here tomorrow. Haste and lifelink coming through. I mean, if we're not dead by then, we are getting smorked a little bit, but should be okay. Kirvek would be very cool here. Very cool. So you want to exile your... Doesn't really matter what you exile as long as it's not the creatures. Because you can use the creatures with the throne to draw. And you can use the throne to... You can use the timer it, right? As well. So yeah, you want to prioritize the creatures and then the enchantments, and then everything else is like the lands and the Heartless Axe and stuff. Those are the ones to go first. Claim is a nice card. Not too many decks playing Claim, thankfully. But yeah, it's kind of good. Thankfully, the Sultai hero pushes out all Claim gamers over time. Over time. Sultai should play Claim, but they do have a red source in their deck. So it could be worth, maybe. Opponent is entirely changing their sideboard plan here. Alright chat, this is the last game of the last match of the last stream. Until tomorrow. If we beat 2 Claim decks in a row, that's gotta be good. Okay, nice hand. A 1-drop, a 2-drop, and 5 lands. Let's go. Tomorrow you'll play some other random deck anyway? Nah, I'm gonna play this tomorrow, man. If you want to see this deck in action in the MIQ, see how well we do with it. I'll see you here tomorrow. Be a white deck for sure. That's false, mate. False information. Nice spells. Well, I can just block here and then draw off the throne, right? What? What? That was weird. My 5-head plan? It was a good plan. I could play a 1-1 snake here, but I don't think it's the play. Dude, why why did they not even let me block? I'm so confused. Why do they want this Triton on the battlefield so badly? It's really weird. It's very, very weird. I mean, they need another claim and another sack outlet. Okay. Imagine they had killed the Meyer Triton earlier. That'd be good, right? Draw. What? I don't know what's going on here, man. I don't know what is going on here. This is craziness. The Bastions? Bastions are strong. It's just the claims, man. It's the claims. You should not be able to have claim in your deck, dude. These Bastions are utterly brutal. Alright, chat. We go to 1. Dead on board? Not quite. How am I dead on board? I'll just go to 1, right? I'm confused. How do we die when they attack, dude? I can block the Rankle, man. I'm dead to that Woe Strider, but I wasn't dead on board. Okay, dude. Claims, man. Claims, claims, claims. Good card. Ecuador! Ecuador!